Hello VC, it's Jerry from Dark Side Vinyl, here with another entry for a contest. This one's held by MikeGuitarplayer, and I just discovered his channel through another contest video submission, and I think that was through the Happy Hippie, or it could be Rachel. I'm not sure which one it was, but anyway, he hit 300 subscribers, and he's having a contest for that, and I thought I would go ahead and jump in here and put my video in there. So pretty simple. He's just got three things he wants you to do. The first one is one of your most listened to records, and I, in one way, shape, or form, this would definitely be up there in most listened to. I had the cassette, I had the CD, and then the album. U2, Joshua Tree. There's the back with the Joshua Tree and this gatefold. Of course, has massive hits. Where the Streets Have No Name, I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, With or Without You, Bullet the Blue Sky, Running to Stand Still, Red Hill Mining Town. That's actually one of my favorites. A lot of people, it didn't get as much airplay, but I do love it. In God's Country, Trip Through Your Wires, One Tree Hill, Exit, Mothers of the Disappeared. I saw U2 in this came out in '87, and I saw them for the original Joshua Tree tour in Tampa, Florida. This is when I was living in Florida, and at the old Tampa Stadium where the Bucks played originally, which was what they called the Sombrero. Of course, that stadium's been torn down now and rebuilt. Not sure if we're ever going to get to go back to any big games like that, but maybe eventually. Who knows? Anyway, so this is definitely up there as far as most played. I mean, I've listened to this album a lot. Second is the first album that you bought, or one of your early ones, if you don't remember, which I don't remember exactly which album, but this is definitely one of the earlier ones, and this is before I was really listening to albums. I mean, I don't know how I acquired this, but I had one of those combo players, boom boxes, that had cassette, the radio, and this slide out record player that you pushed a button and it came out halfway, and so it would accommodate a 33 if it let it slide out. I think it was JVC or something like that, but it was pretty cool at the time. I thought it was cool, and so of course I had to get a couple albums to play on it, and one of them was this 12-inch. I was really into breakdancing and hip hop and stuff like that at the time. This is Tommy Boy 12-inch, Cheap Thrills. So this is one from that time. This is just, and I don't even know how I managed to hang on to it, because I didn't have albums for a long time, but somehow I managed to hold on to it, and I don't think I've listened to it since then, but I may have to give it a spin now that I dragged it out. All right, last item on there is a personal story with you and your record collection. And what I've got here in the background are part of that story. And these are how I really got into vinyl, really, to begin with, because I was never really into it when I should have been, when everybody else was. I didn't have a lot of expendable money at the time, and it just wasn't one of those things that was kind of on my radar. So I just got into it within the last, I'd say, 6-7 years, maybe longer, maybe about 10. But I was buying albums. I decided for some reason, I don't know if I guess it was because I had seen several movies or TV shows or things with albums and record players, and they were always cool characters. There were always scenes that really stuck out to me, and I was like, I want a record player. And I wanted to play records. I wanted to listen to music like that, and so I started picking up records here and there at flea markets and yard sales and antique stores, but not big. I mean, just one or two. I don't know. I probably would buy maybe 10 in a year, if that, for a couple of years, and they were always super cheap before I had a record player. But I always knew I was going to get one. I was doing research, I was looking at them and things like that, and trying to decide what kind of record player I was going to get and how I was going to go about doing this and where I was going to put it and all that. Well, a friend from church, he's a brother of mine in Christ. His name's Tony Mullins. He's not on YouTube as far as the VC or anything like that, but he should be. I'm trying to talk him into it. He is one of those guys that has always been into music and has always been into records and albums and concerts, and hitchhiked. He's told me all kinds of numerous stories about hitchhiking from Kentucky to Florida for a concert and then hitchhiking back. So this was, of course, probably in the 70s, I believe he told me, when you could feasibly do that sort of thing. So I mean, that's the kind of guy he was always going to concerts. He's got all kinds of records and albums, and and anyway, when he found out that I was into music, he tried to kind of get me into. I told him that I was wanting to, and kind of where I was at, and he started giving me records. Uh, but he also gave me my first record player, which I'm still using because it still works great. It's nothing fancy, but it was an extra one that he had, and he gave me the record player and he gave me some speakers, and I went and bought an amp, and he started giving me records. And one of the first that he gave me was this box set from Bruce Springsteen. He's not a big Springsteen fan, and I guess he had it somewhere along the line. He picked it up and listened to it a little bit, but they're in great shape, and I am a Springsteen fan, so I mean, I was like head over heels. I was like, man, are you sure? And he also refuses to take any money. He would not take any money for any of the albums that he's given me. Best of the Doobie Brothers. We've got Humble Pie over there. We've got Leonard Skinner, a couple of those. He's given me several, actually. And these are just a handful. He has given me dozens of records. If not, I mean, it may be close to 100 records that he's probably given me now since we first started. Jimmy Buffett. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. But anyway, so he has been one of my favorite things, and I guess that he kind of really was the start of the VC, really, because that's the kind of people that I seem to be seeing in these videos are people like that, who are so giving and so just about the music and love it and want to share it with those that don't know it. And so that's probably my favorite story from my record collection, is because it was started just from the love of music. And so I am hope that you enjoyed my video, and congrats again on your 300 subscribers. Thanks a lot for the contest. All right, bye.